everybody. Welcome to a new series, RimWorld Ideology Modded, where we are actually going to be playing as witch hunters. I know, controversial, crazy, but this is episode 0 of some plans and the mod overview where we are going to be trying to play as witch hunters. So basically, well, we'll go over the mods first, I suppose, and then we'll kind of get into the details of what I kind of plan to do with the series and kind of where we'll be going. You'll have to bear with me. God forbid. I'm so sorry. My allergies are getting worse, not better. So I still sound like crap. So forgive me. But hopefully that gets better as I keep talking here. So to start us off, we're going to look at the mods we're going to be playing with. So of course we have Harmony. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's used by many mods. I believe it's just for different mods to cooperate together. I'm not exactly sure. Listen, I'm no expert, okay? I just like to play, and I'll see a mod and I'll download it, and it'll be like, oh, sorry, you need to use Harmony, or you need to use Hugs Lib. So I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll just download that. So I'm not too sure exactly what they do, but just like Hugs Lib, it's a library that provides shared functionality to other mods. The good stuff, starting to get into it here, we will be using tilled soil. For me, tilled soil in a modded series is a must. I cannot deal with no tilled soil. It takes absolutely forever to grow crops. We will be having a specific mod for wall lights. I like this one better than some of the other ones. We have like vanilla furniture expanded and whatnot, I believe, which adds some as well. But I prefer the specific mod for it. Jex Tools adds modding components to RimWorld vehicle spellcasting weapon slots, oversized weapons, and more. So, such as weapon slots and spellcasting, things like that. Spellcasting, see what I'm getting? See what I'm getting at? We have the GIDDY-UP core, along with the saddles, battle mounts, ride and roll, everything for the GIDDY-UP core animals. We have Fahrenheit and Celsius, because I know that a lot of my viewers are not just from the US and other places that use Fahrenheit, so we will have that available. We will have natural pathing, which is going to have beautiful paths of dirt. There's also desert, different ones like that, and it looks kind of like this. This is a really dark one. I had that in my Mountain Men series, if anyone has seen that. Then we have the Gloomy Furniture mod, which is beautiful. It has like wine racks where you can store alcohol, tables, chairs, all this beautiful stuff here, and so much more. Walls, very specific walls. We have the Allow tool, which is very useful because you can allow everything on the map. I think this is the one that actually also adds Hauling Plus, so you can give it like an urgent priority to haul things. Things of the sort, of course. Advanced Power Plus, so this gives us new types of power. What's the word I'm looking for? Generators such as solar, things like that. You can get like advanced solar, portable generators, turbines, everything like that. Nuclear power. It's all very interesting. We also have Camera Plus, which is a wonderful mod, so we can get up close and personal with our colonist. We have, well, this is part of the GIDDY-UP mod. I don't know why I don't have it placed up here. I suppose it doesn't matter, but it's part of the caravan. We do have medieval prosthetics, so that's going to be different thing like mechanical arm, eye patch, Ambrosian nose, stuff like that. We may not use it that much, but it's going to be a much cheaper solution than BIONICS, which we also have. So we have stuffed floors, so this will give us beautiful floors that we can make out of many, many things, different types of wood flooring, things like that. A specific mod for pumpkins, because it is fall, it is October, which fall began before October, but I want this to be a very fall-oriented series, probably extending from October until November, so somewhere around there, and by December I'd like to have it over with, so I'm going to be trying to jam-pack all the episodes into those 2 months, if at all possible, and it should be possible. Because I want to have kind of a fall feeling, like witches and mystical creatures and stuff like that. And then we have the dual-wield mod, so we can actually hold 2 weapons at the same time. such as pistols, axes, things of the sort. And I fiddled around with that a little bit to make sure that people aren't using like two giant bow and arrows in each hand. um, Industrial age. Now this will add some things like typewriters, the Edison lamps, I believe. So it's just some more rustic looking furniture. A beautification world map, the beautification project world map. It is just honestly how it sounds, makes the world map look very beautiful. There's mountains, there's trees, there's all kinds of stuff. Simple sidearms. This is so we can keep other weapons on our colonist. It's also very useful because if we have colonists who are using ranged weapons or melee weapons instead of ranged, we can keep a ranged weapon on the melee people as a sidearm for like distant targets. And for people using ranged weapons, we can keep a melee weapon on them, and they'll be able to use that when they get into melee combat. Humanoid alien races, so this is just framework for different races, such as elves, things like that, which I think we have. I'll have to look at the mod in just a moment. Vanilla expanded framework, so this is the, I think, library for the functionality of the others. We have vanilla furniture expanded, which adds multiple new things of furniture, such as, I believe, the wall lamps and whatnot as well. Expanded spacer furniture. Several new pieces of furniture to allow players to witness better technology progress. That's about all I know. I looked into these forever ago, and I've been playing around with them and doing test plays and stuff like that. I really won't remember exactly what's in them until we get started. But medical furniture as well. Vanilla furniture expanded core. Vanilla textures expanded. This is awesome because it makes everything look really cool, such as animals and whatnot, I believe. Furniture expanded production module, so kitchen sink, cabinet, all this stuff. Farming. Animal hide walls. This will be good for caravans and whatnot when we want to build tents, or if we want to build little outposts and different things like that. Our people can stay in tents and whatnot. Makeshift rifles. Now this is from, this is kind of, I believe, inspired by Fallout. Pipe rifles, things like that. Most of them are fairly weak, which is kind of what we want, right? We don't want to start out too strong, but they are still fairly good weapons. Vanilla BIONICS expansion, so this is just numerous different types of BIONICS. Armor racks, so that we can put our armor on racks. Combat BIONICS. Now this one's pretty interesting. We can actually get like jump pack spines. Right here it is. Machine gun arms, all kinds of cool stuff. Vanilla factions expanded. I'm going to have insectoids that we will be battling kind of as like a mystic ancient insect beast as well, kind of to the narrative of our story. RT fuse. Now these fuses and circuit breakers and whatnot we can put down, so when we have a surge we won't lose power, it'll just blow the fuse and we'll have to replace it. Ceilings and floors. So this is ceiling and floor lamps. That way we can have ceiling and floor lamps, pretty self-explanatory. Vanilla embrasures. We will be able to build embrasures out of normal materials and whatnot, and we can use those to our advantage when getting raided. Artillery gun. So this replaces the mortar, and basically it's just extremely accurate compared to the mortar. We do have run and gun as well, so we can run and gun at the exact same time. Vanilla furniture expanded power, so extra power modules. Toolbox. So this provides, I think this is more of just for like a library and different things like that for mods being together. I could be wrong about that. Finally, we are at a RimWorld of Magic. Now this is going to be a core component of the series. Most of the factions we will be battling will have mages, and that's what we want. We're going to be the witch hunters who will hunt witches and mages and all these factions, which we'll get into that a little bit later, and I'll kind of explain where we're going with that. Days matter because I love it. You can do certain holidays, even though with ideology you kind of get that as well. We can do more if we want to. Like we can create more, like in my Mountain Men series I had done a while back. We would, like if we won a giant battle, make a holiday out of it, right? Which is pretty interesting. So we could do that. Vanilla cooking expanded. This just adds different types of foods, different things like that, I believe. Salted meats is an extension of that, and they last for a very long time. Prepare carefully for when we're creating colonists, which I already have a preset created. Weapons Plus, now this adds things, I'm trying to remember what it adds. I know it adds a lot of melee weapons, axes, different things like that, and it's just, extra weapons, essentially, that we can use. Climate control for, it's kind of like a central heating and air unit for the entire colony. That way we don't have to go putting heaters and things everywhere. Tobacco and cigarettes. We will most likely be growing tobacco for silver and selling that, and also smoking it as well. So we could be a tobacco community of witch hunters who sells crops. Napoleonic Age. Now this has cannons and whatnot. I'm not really going for a playstyle where we're not going to be using modern weapons and whatnot. We definitely are. I wanted this more for the uniforms, to be honest with you. We could maybe use the cannons and stuff, but we're not going to have factions or anything from this. But I thought the civilian tunic and these other tunics are very interesting because they kind of show a rank, right? Like we could have our main person in like a French, I don't know, command outfit. Maybe just the tunic, and then like everybody else could wear something else, and we could show ranks. I thought that might be interesting if we were interested in that. Rimzenol. Now, of course, this is the core for different weapons such as these. I'll probably have a faction or so from the Rimzenol section, probably the Federation pack, or the faction, I mean, as well as the Ferals. And I think that'll be about it. Now, they also have the security that we can use as well for protection. Shadow Rim races. Sorry, I couldn't read for a moment. We're going to have orcs, elves, I think dwarves, and I forgot what this one is. Which, our people will actually have, and orc with them, who is going to be one of our colonists. And kind of the way we're going to go with it is, we'll, I don't know if we'll have them kind of racist towards dwarves and elves and whatnot, but maybe with witches and stuff like that, we'll execute them on sight. But with other people, if they're willing to repent or something, you know what I mean, we could convert them. Last mod of this is the underground power conduits. This is just so I don't have to deal with those ugly power conduits being above the surface. And, that was a lot. That is it. We're like 13 minutes in, and that is it. Of course, this is what this episode is supposed to be. But we are going to go ahead and get started with creating them. I have a section planned out here. The only thing that we're going to start with is 3 people chosen from 3, and we have the research of gun turrets. And we are going to be playing Cassandra Classic. On losing is fun. It's going to be rough. Reload anytime. No, wait. I'm sorry. Commitment mode. Whoops, I was not thinking. I've been playing the, I've been playing so many tests. So we're going to be turning off these factions. We're going to keep the Civil, Outlander Union, Feral Clan, Federation, Peacekeeper Corps. We want one of them. We'll keep a Pirate Gang. And we want to get rid of these tribes, except for the Cannibal Tribe and Savage Tribe. We're going to keep the Shattered Empire and 1 Arcane Fold. Now, the Arcane Fold is quite possibly the most difficult faction to fight. So I'm going to turn these off, and I'll keep the Insect Hive. So these are the factions we'll be playing with. The Arcane Fold, however, and I'm sure the Federation Peacekeeper Corps are rough too, but the Arcane Fold, extremely difficult. They have all these magic rings and enchanted weapons and things. I was trying to practice. I almost considered not having them in this because they're so difficult. Now, these other tribes, such as Savage Tribe, Cannibal Tribe, even the Pirate Gang, but there's a lower percentage of it with the Pirate Gang. There will be mages, witches, things like that. The Arcane Fold as well, of course. But the Arcane Fold is the only one that has the enchanted items and whatnot, as far as I know, and they're extremely difficult. But the other tribes, Savage Tribe, Cannibal Tribe, everyone, they are going to have, mages and whatnot. I'll go ahead and generate the world. But, yeah, so basically what we'll be doing is fighting them off. And eventually what I would like to do is I would like to grow our colony big enough that we could destroy the Arcane Fold. That would be wonderful. If we'll be able to do that, I have no idea. They'll probably beat us like a drum. It would take a really long time. Because they're really difficult. But so what we need to do, of course, is find out where we're going to land. I'm thinking this is a temperate forest. That's a tropical rainforest. I always go for temperate forest. I almost don't want to, but I love a temperate forest. We want to be somewhere fairly close to this, I would say, in case for when we do want to attack. Where would be a good spot? I also want to be in the mountains, if at all possible. We'll probably... I want to be near the road. I don't want to be too far off. Yeah, we could be here. Large hills. That would probably be good. We'll be near the road. Right there, I guess. No caves or anything, so... fairly large growing period. So we'll go with that. I do have Divine Purism as our religion. I'm going to load it anyway. I can't see what it... oh, yeah, I can. So, we will have flesh purity is descendant from Christianity. I just thought that'd be cool because of, you know, like hunting witches and stuff, right? Human primacy. So humans are the moral center of the universe. Our duty is to spread our beliefs. The human body should not be debased, and we stand for our own before others. So the story, God admonished the good peoples to fight only those without morality or divine virtues. God said to all the purists, "Go forth and spread my word to all corners of the universe." The divine followers fought with those who were sorcerers, and God saw their struggle and gave them a divine claim to cleanse the universe of the unholy creatures and their magic. Whew! That's a lot. That's a mouthful. But slavery will be honorable. I haven't got to play around with the slaves much, so I thought that'd be interesting. Body modification, obviously we don't want that, and drug use is prohibited. No organs, like ripping out organs. Male clothing, pants, shirt, and hat. They want to wear a hat. Intense bigotry. That's towards... oh yeah, towards other religions. Truth have a duty to spread it. Yeah, so this will be the ideology. Spread chance. Execution is respected if guilty. Women, of course, pants and shirt. Cannibalism's horrible. Blindness horrible. You kind of get the gist. The roles. Divine Pope is the leader. God's preacher. The moral guide. I thought I had this as something else. I'm pretty sure I did. Divine Pope is fine, though. I think I had something like Divine Huntress or something. But that's okay. We'll do Divine Pope for now. Burial of the Flesh, Sacred Party, Divine Fiesta, Jubilee of Purism, and then we have all this down here. And that's basically it for Divine Purism. And so we actually have some characters here. I'll go ahead and load those. We have Gabriel, who is, these are his stats. He's a decent shot. He can do constructing, things of the sort. We have Leviathan, really good in melee, was a bone collector and medieval doctor. Brawler, greedy, I guess I should look at these. Nimble, fast walker. And he has a burn. Gabriel has a burn scar from a wand on his nose. The actual, like when I went through to choose this, it was from it was like a fire blast or something like that. Leviathan, though, is very interesting as well. I've kind of went with biblical names. Gabriel, Leviathan, Famine, except for the orc, of course. Famine here is an amateur botanist, adventurer with great memory. She's very abrasive. Not much on fighting. She's alright. She has good construction, plants, different things like that, of course. And, yeah, and that's her. And we have Mixu, who is our orc. And he is quite the tank. He was a sickly child, and he is a hunter as an adult. He's lazy. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. A lazy chemical interest jogger, and that's basically our crew so far. Now we're going to, of course, find out more about their stories as we go along. No relationships, equipment-wise. We will be starting with a pipe rifle, 20 herbal medicine, 65 canned meat, 60 canned fruit, 50 canned produce, and the only reason I gave them so much is because we go through it so quick. We will have a male timber wolf as our pet. Leviathan will have a Bardish, a steel Bardish. I think the hunting rifle is for Mixu, if I'm not mistaken. The pipe rifle is for Gabriel, and 2 security pistols for Famine. Now, the reason I gave them, and these really aren't that great of weapons, they're fairly strong. It's 15 on this, which is really good compared to 10 on the pipe rifle, and then the security pistol only has 9. You know, it's nothing too crazy. We're going to have 2 of them, but the reason I'm doing that is the mages are so difficult to kill. They really are. I want to add a bedroll for Mixu. We have 4 bedrolls now, some 20 components, 500 steel, that way we can build things, and some kibble for the wolf. That's basically all we have. So we're actually going to go ahead and get started. And it'll take a little bit to load here. You're not actually going to play anything, though, unfortunately, but I'll save that for episode 1. But yeah, basically, kind of what I want to do is, you know, I want to have these tribes. So these tribes are kind of quote unquote savage, right? And they have these magic, mystical powers and stuff. And obviously, our people, or witch hunters, don't like that, and they have superior technology to fight them off. Mages are very difficult to kill in this game, though. They are summoners. You can obviously edit their settings in the mod settings, which we'll probably do as we go on to make it a little bit more difficult. But what we would like to do, bring up the factions here. We are hostile towards the Peacekeepers and the Ferals. Now, the Ferals also have a chance of having some type of mages. But I don't think they normally do. I think they're just those monstrous creations, which is also kind of like a mystic beast we would be fighting. The Cannibal Tribe, they would have I think it's a 200% chance of having mages each time they have an attack. Pirate Gang, I think, is lower. It's like 50% I had. The Savage Tribe, also about 200%. Obviously, the Arcane Fold, around about 200%. So, basically, anyone such as the Arcane Fold and Tribes will have mages. Everyone else, not so much, except for the Pirate Gang. They have a lower chance of having them, and the Ferals. So, the Arcane Fold is a bit more civil, right? They don't necessarily want to fight. They're actually, you know, they think that we're not here to murder them. They don't know what we're truly here for, and that sort of thing. I think I had a thing that I typed out for this, but it didn't come up. That's okay. It was like the story. Yeah, so we're going to be surviving here, and we are going to build our divine citadel here, where we are going to make a I'm trying to think, a fortress of divine purism, and spread across this land and cleanse it of the wretched mystic and magical creatures and people. So that's what we'll be doing, yeah. But basically, so we're only going to be fighting people of you know, like witchcraft or magical descent. So these tribes have magic. Feral Clan, they're like evil mystical beasts, kind of like the Hive. You know, they're these creatures. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it for episode 0. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys have any ideas of mods that you would like to see, and something I forgot to mention, I am so sorry. I had planned on doing Combat Evolved or Combat Evolved or Combat Extended, whatever it is, however you pronounce it, or whatever it's supposed to be. But I looked into it and it looks fun and whatnot, but I was just kind of afraid of being not so used to it, and the way I'm trying to get this series out a little bit faster, or how I plan on getting it out a little bit faster. And I think I'm going to do that in the next series that we may do after this one. So that's why you don't see it here in this one, unfortunately, but that will be in the next one. So I do apologize. I know a lot of people were pretty excited about that, and we want to see that, but it will be in the next series. With this one, though, if you guys see any other mods or anything that you would like to see added, possibly, just be sure to let me know. Or if you have any ideas or, you know, any feedback on this that you would like to tell me or anything like that, I much appreciate it. It's all much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for episode 1. That'll be coming out probably in about a day or two, I would say. I might record it sometime today or tomorrow or something like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.